Good day, everyone. Our devotion for today is Matthew chapter 28. This chapter captures the triumphant victory of Jesus over death, reminding us of life-altering power of his resurrection. After the darkness and agony in the previous chapter, Matthew 28 is filled with life, worship, and dismay. It also sets the stage for the birth of the church and our mission to follow Jesus. Jesus had died on the cross and was buried before sunset in a tomb. The chief priests and elders received permission to post a guard of Roman soldiers at the tomb to keep the body from being stolen. They did not want Jesus' followers to be able to claim that he had been resurrected. Before dawn on Sunday, an amazing scene unfolds at the tomb. It was accompanied by an earthquake. A mighty angel of the Lord descends from heaven right before the guards. He looks like lightning dressed in white. He breaks the seal of the tomb, rolls back that large stone, and sits on it. The guard shakes in fear and faints. Two women named Mary, who were faithful followers of Jesus, arrive on the scene around sunrise, only to find the angel present and the guard apparently unconscious on the ground. The angel shows them Jesus' empty tomb and tells them Jesus, the one who was crucified, is risen. He gives them a specific message to take back to the disciples. He tells them Jesus is raised from the dead and that he is going to be meeting them in Galilee. They will see Jesus there. The women quickly leave to do as the angel had instructed them. On their way, they were stopped by Jesus himself. They fall on the ground and they take hold of his feet. They recognize that he is the Son of God, risen from the dead, and they worship him. Just as the angel did, Jesus tells them not to be afraid and to go and tell his brothers to go to Galilee and they will see him there. Meanwhile, the temple guards who had fainted regain consciousness. Some of them go and report to the chief priests about what had happened. The chief priests and elders meet and decide to bribe the guards to tell a different story. They pay the Roman soldiers enough to say that they had fallen asleep on duty, and Jesus' followers came and took his body away. Already from the moment they had already known that Jesus had been resurrected. And there were stories running around the town as to whether the body was stolen or was Jesus really risen from dead. The 11 disciples we see from verse 16 to 20, 11 disciples meet Jesus on the mountain in Galilee. Jesus tells them that he is using his authority given to him by God, the Father, to send them out on their lifelong mission. In this great commission, Jesus commands his disciples to make more disciples for him. This cooperative, mentoring, personal expansion of his kingdom is the primary mission of his followers. Jesus commands to his disciples. They must baptize these new followers and teach them to obey everything he has told them to do. This chapter renews our hope, our strength, our faith, and it inspires us to fulfill our Christian duty of making more disciples, which is spreading the word of God to the people we come across in our lives. This is the command Jesus has given his disciples. His disciples are none other than us, we, his children. Let us be reminded as we navigate through life, Jesus is assuring us of his continued presence in our lives. This chapter gives us comfort, courage, and consolation as that we serve a living God, and no death, demon, or any kind of power has or will ever defeat the power of our living God. Let us all be encouraged today.